Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today's guest is where celestial wisdom meets smart strategy. She helps visionaries regulate their energy, release old patterns, and build businesses that actually feel aligned, sustainable, and profitable. No spiritual bypassing required. With intuition guided by science and system rooted in soul, she turns business building into a remembering of personal power and purpose. Please help me welcome the amazing Kübra Özgüvenç, founder of the Unison Sacred Harmony Temple. Did I do your name right?
Perfectly. Thank you so much for this warm welcoming with perfect pronunciation.
Thank you. Oh my God. Guys, I had to practice it. She's so beautiful. I wanted to make sure her beautiful name was said the same exact way it was supposed to be. She's absolutely gorgeous and excited to have her here and talk to her about everything that she does. Tell us about your business and exactly what you do, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course, with pleasure. I am a spiritual artist and intuitive astrologer and coach. I work with entrepreneurs to help them build systems that turns their business into a tool instead of them working for the business. So this is one part, and the other part, I am an artist, and the coaching I do for entrepreneurs actually comes from my art, and I do coaching with my artworks basically. And I am a scientist, I'm a chemist, and actually, Norma, the history of chemistry comes from alchemy, but for me, it was the reverse journey. I was first chemist, then the alchemist. So I consider myself as an alchemist who helps entrepreneurs to live their best version, because I believe we are the change makers of this new era, because we're in the Pluto Aquarius age, and in this era we simply explore where the first description of how we're going to make money in the future, how we will be ruled, because all the systems of money and ruling people is going to change. So I am navigating them and myself in this journey.
Okay, so you just touched on one of my favorite subjects. First off, the fact about, and I don't bring this up often, but I do believe our society is all going to change from money to how we work and how everything maneuvers. And I love the fact that you're saying that the entrepreneurs are the change makers that are going to make it happen. Can we do some steps toward that so people understand what we're talking about?
Yeah, of course. Let's start from the nebula part. So astrology is a science that comes from brings celestial wisdom and science, like statistics or history, together. So it gives us a big information and guidance about how to read data. And this wisdom tells us that in the Pluto Aquarius era, we are now, as you know, seeing that feminine energy, femininity is rising, but it is not for the reason to rule masculine and feminine qualities, but it is to create a balance in between these two different qualities. So when they come together and collaborate and create a unison with harmony, it is going to bring this new steady era. And in this era, all the things we know today is going to change, because Venus is the planet of love and finance, and that is no coincidence. Money is the projection of unconditional love in the earth. So if you have money issues, if you have love issues in your life, it means you need to journey into your entrepreneurial self, because entrepreneurship is written in one's birth chart, in their astrological chart. So not everyone is an entrepreneur. Everyone shouldn't become an entrepreneur. I know this kind of charts people, and if you are one, your soul came here with a mission. So as a change maker, you need to learn how you are going to lead the way, because we all have different goals at the soul level, let's say purpose. And this purpose is not just for ourselves to, make a living out of our entrepreneurship. It is for a bigger purpose. It is create that unity, support each other instead of competition. So I don't know if this answered your question, but I can talk all day long about that subject. So
Yeah, and thank you for that, because most people don't even realize it. If they want to research more, they need to really research it or go to you to get some more answers about that. Because I remember this saying that I heard a while back, and it keeps being brought up to me on a regular basis. And it is, millionaires look at trends and follow trends. Billionaires take those trends and use the astrology and numbers to guide them, because it tells it's foreseeing what's going to happen, and we can prepare.
yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, astrology is seen, like, to many people, they see it as a tool to ask questions such as, oh, when I'm gonna get married, when I'm gonna get this or that. It is more than that, because I, as a chemist, changed my entire career path according to my birth chart after I learned astrology. I now do that for my clients, and you should see the difference when you were at the previous field and working and making money and running one success point to another, but not feel fulfilled. But after finding the aligned path with your chart, with your essence, how fulfilled you can feel. The difference is priceless.
Right. I just believe that God birthed you at the right time and the right place
Yeah.
for a reason, and it was for your purpose, your calling, your assignment, and it's all there. And I mean, some of us, I'm blunt on my age. I'm going to be 62 soon, and I look at it from a point of view of, yeah, I've had some success in my life, but I just know that my success is actually up until I'm probably 90 and leaving a legacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazing. Exactly.
Mhm. And so, you guys need to, pay attention. Don't, just shut down. You gotta think beyond right here, look beyond, and then work backwards, and know God destined you. He gave you your birthday, He gave you your birth time, He gave you your name, He gave you everything.
Yeah. And all we need to do is creating that user manual by using that simple tool.
That's it. All right, now I need to hear from the chemist, the science girl. What sparked all of this to come into play and to be the entrepreneur you are, since you said it's written in our chart?
Oh, yeah. So it has been a long journey for me to discover that fact. Until I learned astrology, I wouldn't even think about becoming an entrepreneur. But my journey, step by step, took me there. And it started with a paralyzation story, continued with a psychological abuse. And then I had to learn it hard way that I have to upgrade my boundaries. So for me, it was the boundary issue that led my way to my entrepreneurial journey. Because until I met a total stranger reading my chart, telling me the most hidden things about myself, and there is no way for some other people to know, but she knew it. I was so impressed about the wisdom of astrology. So I started digging deep. And long story short, where I came at the end of that process was my soul's purpose was not the thing I was doing back then, but it was about working on myself, how to reconnect with my self-worth, and then helping others with the same subject about what I learned on myself. So I was my own lab rat, basically. And then I'm serving that information out for the ones who are resonating with my energy.
Wow. Yeah, oh, that is so important what you just said. Is that resonating with the people.
Resonating.
Yeah, resonating with the people who are your people. Here's the thing, guys, you're not for everyone, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
No, I'm not for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not for everyone.
Yeah.
People who are watching need to understand, hey, you're not gonna conquer the whole universe because 'cause they're not your people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
We
it's
all have different frequency, different essences. And if we force ourselves, it means we are crossing the boundaries. We are pushing ourselves to do the opposite of what we're supposed to do. And all the time, it's like you are breaking the signal, like destroying the signal, so the vision won't be delivered. And there's no good in that.
Yeah. So, you talked about what you had to go through a little
Yeah.
bit, and we didn't touch on it a whole lot, but I want you to tell me, what would you write to your younger self if you were to write a letter to her? What would you tell her to give her advice of what you're gonna go through?
Okay, I would have say trust your wisdom. And I am someone who doesn't have regrets. If I do something, I am okay with I've done. If I don't do something, I'm okay with I don't do as well. So I would say that's a good strategy. Continue with that. And also, I guess, keep having fun. I'm happy with what I've experienced, even though it was hard. Even my psychological abuse story, it brought me some gifts, such as developing a new reading technique in astrology. So I would say keep living your life fearlessly.
Yeah, doesn't matter what you go through, it's just
Sure.
it takes you to where you have to be. It's
Exactly.
part of your God calling. You had to go through that to be able to see where you're at, right?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
All right, let's talk about game changers, though. I love game changers. What is a key decision or habit that you made that made a difference in your business? All entrepreneurs are on the edge of their seat wanting to know what it is because it's going to be different for everybody. We would love to hear what yours was.
Actually, I have a very good one, and I think you're gonna love it. Understanding and embracing what your Venus in your birth chart says, because whatever it tells, it changes your entire story around love and money. And I think all of our problems is around that.
So, what is it in your birth chart again that you have to?
Venus, Venus, the
Venus.
planet
Yes,
Venus.
Venus. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
love that and reading that. And I mean, I don't know how to read those things. I am a numerology freak, and most people know that on here that I love numerology.
Yeah.
I think it's the bomb.com. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to have somebody like you do my astrological chart because I really don't know it that well.
Yes, we should
So yeah,
definitely do that.
yeah,
We should do
that's gonna
that.
be fun. That'll be fun. All right. All right, no filter at all here. What do you wish entrepreneurs would kick to the curb and stop believing?
There are two things I can share about that one. The first one, let's be productive. I hate this. I don't want to be productive. I'm okay as who I am, or what I do, or with what I don't do. We all are. And I don't like that fake identity building around, the other day I came across with something that my favorite author is Haruki Murakami. He's a Japanese author. He's the best, I think. And he has a routine. In his routine, he wakes up early in the morning, runs some certain amount of kilometers, comes back, writes for hours and hours, and his books rocks. You should see Japanese people queuing in the book of publishing days, the first day of the publishing, and it's incredible. And he's successful, but it is his routine. It is a representation of his identity, not mine, not yours. And I think we should all understand that waking up at 5 a.m., joining that club is not for everyone.
Right.
Yeah, the book is great. And if you do it and if it works for you, great. But if we keep owning somebody else's routine, it means that we are owning their personality as well. We can try and see if it's for us or not. That's okay. But it is not helping bringing our authenticity to the table. So I think this is the most important one.
Yeah. So 5 o'clock in the morning, I tried it.
Yeah. Did it work for you?
What do you think?
No, no. Especially if your Venus is not in some certain settlements, it's really hard for us. Or your Mars as well, Mars and Venus, it really needs to learn how to rest. For example, for me, my Venus only makes money when I'm resting. This is why when I say, okay, for a while I stop working, I don't do this, I don't do that, I tell this my husband, and guess what happens next? Like, I start receiving more and more clients. And this is amazing because my Venus works that way. So I can't own someone else's marketing strategy for my life.
Right. And so you're saying that. So I do not like just posting randomly or doing crazy things every single day and in front of the camera 24/7. But I love doing this because I
Yeah.
love getting to know you guys because that's just who I am.
Thank you for this. I love it. Love being here.
Thank you so much. Let's also now take it to the fact that we've already brought up that we're all different. Okay.
Yeah.
We all have different ways of doing things. Do you believe in balance? And if you do, how do you balance your business? You already talked about having rest, which I love. So, how do you balance your business with family life and friends and having a business and everything?
Okay. First of all, as I mentioned that in Pluto Aquarius era, we are the change makers. I would like to come with another thing related with this one. Entrepreneurship isn't something that we do for making money, making a life out of it. Actually, entrepreneurship is journeying through the depths of our soul. So it is again quite personal, but as you asked me, I'm gonna share it that way. My personal chart and my essence allows me to balance those two in the way that I'm resting more. So I work for 3 days, I rest for 4 days, and I'm going to reduce these days more and more each year, hopefully, if I feel it correctly. And when I'm resting, my Venus actually comes with a message. So it is scarcity and perfectionism. So if there is someone workaholic or can't create this balance in their lives, it is because the scarcity and perfectionism. And if you face with it, you find your own rhythm. And I think this is more than what you asked, but I create this balance each time when I face with a scarcity mindset or a perfectionist action, which I was in the past, like I think when I was way younger than this. But now each time if I face with something like that, I look into my Venus, what is going on there, what it receives from the day's chart, and then I ask, where is that scarcity mindset coming from? I have a shadow work to do in this kind of situations, but this is simply what it is for me in my journey.
So let's take what you just said and stretch it out just a little bit
Yeah.
to women who are in that, like, a point in their life where they're like, I'm ready to just throw in the towel and give up on this entrepreneurship because it's just not working. What is your suggestion to them?
Why they believe that it's not working?
I don't know. It could be anything. Could it be that it's not in their chart and they should really get their chart read and see that maybe you need to be doing something else?
Okay, yeah, definitely. It could be one reason, and the other could be, imagine that you have a coffee machine that makes latte and Americano, only these two. And every day you are going to this machine to get a macchiato. What would happen?
And I get
What
that.
would this machine is not working, not giving me a macchiato? Would you think that way?
No.
Or would you think I should change something? Maybe I should get an upgrade with the machine or get a new one or, whatever. So I think people are not asking themselves the question, but they're coming to the conclusion that it is not working. Maybe it is not the right machine. This is why you think it's not working. So it could be either they're not meant to become entrepreneurs, or it could be also the reason they are not they didn't create a business system that aligns with their blueprint.
I understand that so much. And also it could be like for me, let's just take me. I was always an entrepreneur. I was always trying different things and there was always some success, but I needed to find the right vehicle
Yeah.
that
See,
matched me.
you needed to get a new coffee machine. You shouldn't stop drinking macchiato. You should find the right machine, and you did it. Congrats.
So you're making me really want a macchiato machine now because I love macchiatos and I only do regular coffee. So now I'm like, oh God, I have to get one. All right. Let's talk about a future sneak peek into your world and your business. What do we need to keep an eye out on for?
So it is the first year of the coaching training that I'm giving with the new technique I developed called Unison. And we talk about it in the Unison Sacred Harmony Temple. And the first group is going to end in 5 months now. And we are going to start the second group in October or September, something like that. So if any of the things that resonates with people, they should stay in touch. They can keep in touch with me or stay tuned to learn more about this. Not to join this course maybe, but it is something unique and something different to try, worth to try.
I love it. I can't wait to find out more about it. And wait, so we mentioned a little bit earlier, guys. I think she's going to have a book coming out before the end of the year. What do you think?
What?
I think you're going to have a book come out before the end of the year. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I am willing to finish it this year because it has been a while that I started and I've received the inner message that it is the year I should complete it. And it's almost ready. So before the year ends, let's announce it.
Yay! Okay, that was a sneak peek. It's going to happen. All right. So something fun. Tell us something unexpected about you that would surprise people. What have you done in your life?
Okay, it is crazy. I moved to another country with just one luggage, and I'm living there since 10 years now. So it was the craziest thing. And I left my entire career. I was about to get promoted and everything was going so good, but it was a crazy instinct that I followed, and I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, and that can happen. That happens to people. I mean, and then you started this business. Am I right? How far down the line did you start the
Yeah.
business? Right away or a little bit after?
A little bit after, because when I moved here, I was thinking still work in the same field that I used to do in the corporate life. And when I moved an apartment, I said, "Oh, I like this lady before we rented. I think we have a karma with her." I told this my husband, and we decided to rent that apartment with this sentence that I made. And then this lady encouraged me because I was giving energy healing sessions, as she was my only friend in town. And she was like, "Kübra, you should do it. And you should share it with other people. So you should do it more often. You can use my office. You can use my company, or we can do this." She was leading the way, guiding me, supporting me. And I had that kind of angels, not only her, in a country that I didn't even speak the language, because we speak 3 languages here. I don't speak it all, but anyway. And it was an incredible guidance. Not humanly, it can't be explained in a human perspective. I was guided by angels, basically, and this is how I decided to start my business in 2017.
Yep. And I believe that is so true. Whenever we begin anything like this, there's always somebody guiding you. There are angels that are supporting you along the way that you don't even know that are there sometimes, even.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. You just have to be open.
Yes.
All right. Let's be a little bit more fun, and let's pump up some volume here. Do you mind giving me a good song you love?
Yeah, recently, okay, it's a guilty pleasure because probably you know about K-pop culture.
Mhm.
Or you heard about it. So the song is Golden, and it is from K-pop Demon Hunters. I think it's a movie or something. I'm not, very know. I don't have much information about the K-pop culture. I know them. I see them all around the social media. I think it must be a movie or something like that. But I love that song called Golden. Actually, when I tuned in to this call, it was playing back. You heard
It
that.
was.
Okay.
She had me dancing, guys. I was like,
Yay.
all right, books or books. Some of your favorite books or books.
Yes, I have 3 favorites. Actually, I'm going to share 2 favorite books and 1 favorite author that all of his books are my favorite. The first book is Shantaram. I don't know if I call it correctly, Shantaram. It is written by an Australian author called David Gregory Roberts. Actually, HBO even made a TV series out of this book. I haven't watched because I don't like watching the TV series or movies when I read the book first. So it is around 900 pages, but when it finished, I remember I felt like, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? It was so fulfilling, and it's his life story. It's the incredible book, life story. It is crazy. When you read his life, you see your life like, what am I doing? If you are someone too scared to take risks, you should read this book.
Wow.
Definitely. It is one of the best. And the other one is the one that changed my life. When I read this book, I was at the middle school. It is called Mutant Message Down Under from Marla Morgan. And she is, I think, an American or Australian journalist visiting the Australian tribe in, the Aborigines. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. And her story with these people is incredible. It made me question the unseen world for the first time when I was a teeny tiny middle school student.
Wow.
It is an incredible book. And the other author and all of his books is Haruki Murakami. He's a Japanese author. He's the best. The way he structures his books is mind-blowing, because he writes fantasy books, so it's fiction. there is no match with the reality that you know, but it is mind opening and makes you feel safe in a way. At least for me, it is like that. So
Wow.
this
Your books are like amazing. So I cannot wait to hear what your quote is, if you don't mind telling us that.
Can I quote myself?
100%.
Okay. So your emotions are your golden compass and they lead you to your highest potential. So in the past, I used to tell, if one day I become famous and people quote me, I want them to quote this sentence. And a friend of mine who is very famous in Turkey, she wrote her fourth book now, and in her third book, she was so generous to ask me to write a chapter about self-worth, which is my specialty. And I wrote that, and she quoted that sentence from me, and my dreams came true. So it's officially quoted, but I wanted to share this one because I believe it is very important for entrepreneurs to embrace this. Our emotions are not coming to the surface to bother us, to make us upset, but they're coming to guide us, to lead the way where our next potential, next skills to sharpen lies down.
All right. That is amazing. So we're actually going to have a little bit more fun here because that was just really deep. So I want to know about a superpower. If you could have it for just 24 hours, what
Oh
would it
my,
be?
oh my God. I think I don't know what people are gonna think about me now, but I'm gonna
No matter.
share. Okay, my favorite superhero character of all times is Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Because in the ayahuasca ceremony I joined years ago, I had an experience. And in this experience, I was told that I have a mission about time. And in unison, in this technique that I developed, I understood what that message was actually, because it includes timelines, like time jumps, and every other crazy things, which I absolutely love. And I would have time travel
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange does with opening portals,
Yeah. I love time travel movies. They're like one of my favorite things to actually watch.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I love it. So yeah, they think I'm a little strange too. It's okay. But I love time travel. So I would pick that as well.
Okay, where would you go? Can I
You
ask
know what?
questions?
Yes, you can. You can. So there was a movie that I actually saw that a girl actually, she was a banker. I can't remember the name of the movie at all. She was a banker and she went to this English property that had to be sold. And
Okay.
so the guy came through the portal to her because he gave her a cookie which had nuts in it, and so he actually time traveled back. Okay, he came to the future, then went back in time
Oh
after
wow.
after he saved her. He had to wait for the portal to open. He went back in time. Okay, then he fixed everything that happened, that bad, to save the property and give it to her in her name with all the money. He put
Whoa.
money, I know. I would actually, I'm not saying the place, but I would do something like that, and to, like, have somebody get something that they so deserved and save something for a family legacy.
Mm. Sounds wonderful. I haven't watched this one, so I should be keep my eye open.
I'm gonna find it, I'll send you the movie.
Yes, please. Thank you. I appreciate.
But they went to England. She was in England when it happened,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Cool.
And,
Cool.
what about motivation on demand?
Um, okay. This might upset some people, but I don't believe in lack of motivation.
Fine.
Because in my belief system, take it for everyone who is listening to it, and you as well, take it or leave it, because we all have our own belief system and I respect them all. But in mine, everything starts with feminine. And if feminine and masculine is in balance, masculine serves the feminine and takes the lead after. So what does that mean? If something starts with feminine, it means it starts with inspiration. And when something starts with inspiration, you would never need to motivate yourself on that subject. But there can be some itchy situations, such as facing with fear holding you back from taking the aligned action. And in this case, all you need to do is just facing with the fear. It's not motivating yourself. It is facing with fear. There is a difference between these two. So if you start something from your masculine, then yes, you would need motivation. But I do believe, and I know that if you start something with masculine, it is serving to your mind, not your soul. But what I do is actually supporting entrepreneurs to create that balance in mind, body, and soul. And they do the mind body part very well. I don't really need to support them at that parts, but with my work, I contribute their soul level. So this is why it is important to create your business, create a roadmap for your business in an aligned way with your chart, with your energy blueprint. So for me, it's all about inspiration and fear.
I love that saying. I think that is explaining it very easily, because feminine is inspiration and masculine is, like you said, brain.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the best way for our audience to stay connected with you. Do you have a resource page? What do you have?
Yeah. First of all, if they type my name and surname to Google, or if they Google it or write anywhere, it is all me that they could find, because there is no other Kübra Özgüvenç on earth, luckily, not yet. And I'm mostly on LinkedIn and Instagram and on my webpage. So it's my name and surname again, kübraözgüvenç.com. I am pretty practical about communicating with people. So I would love to connect if anyone is curious about their birth chart, or if they know that they are gonna do something different. They're gonna start an entrepreneurial journey, but they're not sure about what to do, how to pick their, aligned purpose. Or if they know what they're doing, what they want to do, but if they need a support to turn their hustle journey into an easeful and joyful one, they can connect with me through Instagram, LinkedIn, or my website.
That's amazing. I love that, Kübra. So give us a mic drop moment. What is something you'd like to leave our entrepreneurs with that we didn't maybe talk about yet?
Okay, this is a hard one. I need to think about it. I think it could be this one thing, because until I discovered what I shared with you here, I had to spend like 3-4 years or 2-3 years in my entrepreneurial journey. We all believe we can do more. We can achieve more, succeed more. But sometimes when we try hard but can't receive the results that we are dreaming of, we feel like God or Goddess or the universe is not supporting us. But I want to remind you all, ladies and gentlemen, it is not correct. We all are guided, we all are supported, but maybe it is just the way that universe is telling us, okay, this is what you should do, but that is not the exact way you should do this task. So just, look into it from a different scope, and it is going to change. You are loved, supported, and guided.
So sweet. All right, Kübra, you're amazing. Thank you for being here with me. Oh my God, it was such a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you, Angel. It was a pleasure to talk to you today.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.